what led to his resignation and what's next for the council.
Also, a familiar face is returning to Sour Lake to take over as the city manager there. We're going to tell you who it is and what's next for Sour Lake coming up.
As the government shutdown drags into a fourth, the critical programs could come to a grinding halt. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning. Thanks for shining with us on 12 News Daybreak. I'm Tia Johnson. You like that?
I love that. Jeff's telling us to wrap. All right, I'm Mark Armstrong. Your time is now 7:01. Let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Calm down, Jeff. We're getting to you here.
Shine on.
Shine on, Jeff. Here's a live look here above the 12 News studio in Beaumont from our Roofing 911 Live Sky Cam network. Jeff is just eagerly standing by with today's forecast. What do we got, Jeff?
Nice cooler temperatures out there for this morning. Temperatures dropped down to 48 degrees in Jasper. I don't care who you are, even Tia will need a jacket when it's 48 degrees outside. 55 in Kirbyville right now, 58 in Woodville, 59 in Beaumont. Then we're showing 63 in Orange and then 64 in Port Arthur. So definitely cooler than yesterday, and today's highs will be a little bit cooler as well. So clouds are starting to clear out on the backside of that front that went through last night. Here's a view over in Lake Charles. We're seeing the skies starting to lighten up this morning. Highs will be around 80 today. Yesterday officially we were at about 92 for a high at the airport, so we'll be a good 10 to 12 degrees cooler for today, and we'll see a little bit of an east wind between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. So looks like a pretty good day today. Maybe not so nice as we head towards Saturday. We have some heavy rain possible across the area. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Port Neches City Council member Robert Arnold has officially resigned from his seat. He wants to run for Port Neches mayor in the upcoming special election on December 13th. He served on the council for 13 years and previously spent 30 years with the Port Neches Police Department. This comes following the death of longtime mayor Glenn Johnson. A familiar face is taking over as city manager in Sour Lake. Bill Hansen left Beaumont, where he served as the deputy building official, to move back home.
Yeah, Hansen, he's a young public servant who started his career in private industry. And our 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's live at the City Council building this morning in Sour Lake with more. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning, Mark and Tia. Hansen says when he heard the opportunity open up in September, he decided to take a chance. Being one of 15 applicants, he was chosen as top 3 to be the next city manager. During the application interview process, council knew Hansen was the one. Since October 1st, Hansen has been hard at work training with former city manager Zeke Provost. He took the spot in city council for the first time last night. Hansen says he's excited to be back in a place that he loves.
I'm from Sour Lake. I love Sour Lake, and so when this position came available, I put my name in the hat, and now getting to have the title of city manager and just have a little bit more investment into what's going on out here, I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Tuesday, city council members also elected Michael Hendricks as the city's mayor. He was serving as mayor pro tem. This comes after the longtime mayor announced his retirement earlier this month. Councilman Kevin Cood will be taking over as mayor pro tem, and Brittany Stutz has been appointed to fulfill Hendricks' term. In Sour Lake, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek. Well, TxDOT representatives, they spoke to Beaumont City Council members on Tuesday. They were giving an update on major infrastructure projects, and that includes that 1069 interchange project. That's going to expand the highway from 4 to 6 lanes, and that's expected to finish up in about 5 years, late 2030 or early 2031. Now, TxDOT's area engineer Dave Collins, he also shared that construction on the I-10 section between Hampshire Road and Walden Road is on track to finish in mid-2027. Work also continuing on the Cardinal Drive interchange project. You can read more on the updates on 12newsnow.com.
And a traffic alert for drivers in Orange County. The left lane on I-10 eastbound from Highway 87 to Simmons Drive will be closed later from 9 this morning until noon. TxDOT says contractors will be repairing a crash cushion in that area. If you're traveling through Orange County this morning, expect delays.
Well, the EPA has given preliminary approval for ExxonMobil to move forward with its Rose carbon capture project in southwest Jefferson County. The feds, they approved what's known as Class 6 permits for the 3 injection wells, and ExxonMobil wants to capture carbon dioxide from industrial facilities in mid-county. The CO2 would then be transported through an 18-mile pipeline to those injection sites and then stored thousands of feet underground. Now, Exxon says that they are very close to being able to proceed, saying in part that we have worked diligently to meet or exceed the rigorous standards that have been set. Carbon capture and storage projects are going to create growth, jobs, and economic opportunity. The Texas Railroad Commission, they still need to give their approval for the next step, and after that, the EPA is going to have to come back to give final approval for the project.
Across Texas now to an update in the ding-dong ditch prank that led to a child's death. The man accused of shooting 11-year-old Julian Guzman appeared in court Tuesday in Houston. Gonzalo Leon Jr. is charged with murder, injury to a child, and aggravated assault. During Tuesday's hearing, his defense team said they needed prosecutors to give them important evidence faster. Said they've waited for weeks to see witness interviews and Guzman's cell phone records. But prosecutors say they need time to download everything. Leon Jr. is in jail this morning, being held on a $1.3 million bond.
Time's now 7:06 across the nation now as the government shutdown is stretching into its 4th week. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers are going to miss another paycheck, and key federal programs, they are now at risk of lapsing completely.
It comes as work continues on President Trump's new $250 million ballroom. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio in Washington with details.
This morning, as the federal government shutdown stretches on, demolition crews are tearing down part of the White House East Wing to make way for President Trump's new $250 million ballroom. The president hosting Republican senators at the White House Tuesday, praising the sound of demolition work.
You probably hear the beautiful sound of construction to the back. You hear that sound? Oh, that's music to my ears.
But critics are slamming the project, demanding greater transparency. The president pledged back in July that construction would not impact the existing structure. But now, the Washington Post, citing a White House official, says the entirety of the East Wing is being rebuilt. ABC News has not independently verified that report. The National Trust for Historic Preservation is now urging the administration to pause demolition for a public review process, writing, quote, "We are deeply concerned that the massing and height of the proposed new construction will overwhelm the White House itself and may also permanently disrupt the carefully balanced classical design." It comes as the government shutdown enters day 22, and many families are worried about receiving their next paycheck. Cuts to Medicaid and health care subsidies still the major sticking point, with both sides refusing to budge.
I don't know what there is to negotiate. This is about opening up the government. We have offered them several off-ramps.
People are in crisis. Every day they're getting these these notifications of how much they're going to pay. They're just shocked at how bad this is, and Trump has an obligation to negotiate with us and solve this problem.
In the meantime, critical resources like SNAP food benefits could dry up as soon as next month.
It is literally the difference between eating and not eating on any given day.
ABC's Nicole D'Antonio reporting. Another concern as we head into winter, vulnerable families could lose heating assistance with energy bills already rising for so many Americans.
Well, the time is running out for millions of Texan families who rely on federal food aid. The state says that if the federal government doesn't reopen by Monday, well, SNAP recipients, they won't be getting their November payments. The Central Texas Food Bank reports a 35% jump in demand since the shutdown began and warns that numbers could grow if benefits are cut off next month. They are urging volunteers to step up as the need continues, and a shortage of air traffic controllers working Tuesday night impacted thousands of flights across the country.
That's according to the latest public operations plan from the Federal Aviation Administration. Delays were reported at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport and Newark Liberty International Airport. Los Angeles, California, and Jacksonville, Florida were also understaffed. That's because of the air traffic control problems. It's not immediately clear, but last week, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said some workers are taking unscheduled time off to protest not being paid during the government shutdown. Not every staffing shortage results in a delay, as flights can be rerouted to areas with more staffing, but some flights must be slowed down to safely fly with a limited number of controllers working. And back here in Texas, staffing issues led to ground stops at Hobby and Bush Intercontinental Airport last night or yesterday. It's due to the government shutdown. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned airport delays will get worse the longer the shutdown continues. Many air traffic controllers are working overtime to keep flights moving safely, despite growing uncertainty and the possibility of missed paychecks. Both airports are now back up and running.
All right, now to the tensions on a famous street in New York City. Agents launching a crackdown on illegal vendors, one of two federal operations turning violent in the last 24 hours. ABC's Mola Lenny has the details.
Overnight, protesters demanding the release of migrants detained during an ICE raid in Lower Manhattan. Canal Street, a famous destination for bargain shopping and knockoff designer goods, descending into chaos yesterday. Federal officers, including ICE agents, searching the street for undocumented immigrants as part of an operation the Homeland Security Department says was focused on criminal activity relating to selling counterfeit goods. Vendors packing up their goods, trying to flee. Agents making multiple arrests.
It's gotten a little hairy at points with people running, people falling down in the street, and federal agents running after them.
Crowds forming as bystanders and protesters confronted the agents, leading to shouting, shoving, and at least one protester being arrested.
They were protesting what you guys were doing.
Homeland Security says the protesters became violent and obstructed law enforcement duties, including blocking vehicles and assaulting law enforcement. Meanwhile, across the country in Los Angeles,
this is 20th and Trinity. Looks like they wedged the vehicle. Shots were fired. We see the windows were blown out.
Officials say a U.S. Marshal and a suspected undocumented immigrant with a criminal record were both shot and wounded during a targeted traffic stop. They say the suspect rammed a federal vehicle while trying to evade arrest. Officers opening fire, hitting him on the elbow. A bullet ricocheting into the hand of a U.S. Marshal. The suspect, a 44-year-old TikTok influencer, is known for recording video of ICE operations and has even been recognized by the city for his contributions to the community.
And that was ABC's Mola Lenny reporting. And still ahead here on Daybreak, nearly 500,000 jobs at Amazon might be on the chopping block. What leaked documents reveal about the robots that might replace those workers?
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI, and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back, and now to a stunning headline. Amazon reportedly planning to replace 600,000 American jobs with robots. The company now trying to explain. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the details.
This morning, concerns that Amazon, the second largest private employer in the country, is planning one of the biggest workplace transformations in modern history.
In a fulfillment center, the Cardinal robot will pack packages into carts.
The New York Times, citing leaked documents, reports Amazon expects sales to double by 2033, growth that would normally require 600,000 more workers. But the company is reportedly looking to fill those jobs with robots and automate 75% of its operations.
We could do this with our robot. We could do this with our technology. That's what we're going to do.
In the near future, Amazon reportedly estimates automation could help it save more than $12 billion and shave about 30 cents off each item it ships. In a statement, Amazon said the leaked documents reflect the perspective of just one team and don't represent our overall hiring strategy, adding that the company is actively hiring and plans to fill 250,000 positions for the holiday season.
One of the things that we've been proud of over our 10-year history is the ability to develop robots that work well alongside people.
It comes amid growing fears of technology replacing human workers. The so-called godfather of artificial intelligence has been sounding the alarm.
If I worked in a call center, I'd be terrified. If I was someone like a legal assistant, a paralegal, they're not going to be needed for very long. For mundane intellectual labor, AI is just going to replace everybody.
Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Cold front moved through yesterday. With it, we had some showers and thunderstorms move through the area. Still have a little bit of cloud cover left over from the front, and that should be clearing out of here a little bit later on for this morning into this afternoon. You look over towards Lake Charles on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. You can see skies starting to clear there as the sun's getting ready to come up. Temperatures right now, nice behind the front. We're dropped down into the 40s in Jasper right now at 48, 58 though in Woodville, 55 in Kirbyville, 59 in Beaumont. Holding on to 64 in Port Arthur and 63 in Orange. High pressure building in from the north, and we'll see those skies clear out a little bit. The front now is pushing down into the Gulf. Showers and thunderstorms still associated with the front out into the Gulf. Our future cast showing temperatures into the 60s still through about 10 a.m. and then we jump to the 70s through most of the morning. And then as we head towards later on, we'll see temperatures into the lower 80s as we head towards, looks like the triangle as we go towards later on this afternoon. We'll see 60s as we head towards this evening, and then we'll see some 50s as we go towards tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a little bit chilly as we head into tomorrow morning on your Thursday. Tropical storm Melissa, it's going to be standing right there in the Caribbean, not going to move a whole lot through Sunday. Matter of fact, they're expecting to become a hurricane and get pretty close to Jamaica as we head towards Sunday. Winds right now at 50, moving to the west-northwest at about 2 miles per hour, so it's not moving very fast. And something to be worried about, maybe you have a cruise down towards the Caribbean. Don't think we'll have to worry about this in the Gulf, though. It looks like it's going to move off towards the north and east eventually, not making it towards the Gulf. Mostly sunny today, no rain, of course. East winds at about 5 to 10 with temperatures around 80 degrees. For tonight, we drop back down into the 50s. It's going to be a cool start tomorrow morning. East winds at about 3 to 8. 7-day forecast showing chances for rain not until really Saturday, and then Saturday it's really going to come down. We're expecting maybe 2 to 3 inches of rain in some areas. going to be an all-day rain, or at least off and on all day long. So we put the weather impact alert out, not because of severe weather, but just because of the rain. We haven't seen heavy rain lately. So it's going to be around. We could see some ponding of the roadways and things like that. And then we start to clear it out as we head towards next week. But just watch out for Saturday. Like I said, periods of heavy rain, 1 to 2 inches likely, maybe 3 inches. As we take a look at that 7-day forecast once again, temperatures into the lower 80s by Monday and Tuesday as we dry out, and morning lows stay right there into the 60s.
Man, rain Saturday is a little disappointing, but I know we need it.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had rain for a while,
Yeah.
so we need some rain, and 2 to 3 inches should help us out a little bit as far as those drought conditions and some of those burn bans.
Yeah.
We just like to schedule these things during the week if we can.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm just the the messenger. I don't create any of these.
That's what he always says when there's bad news. All right, thank you, Jeff.
And here the dang bird is hanging on the front of the truck, still alive. Very beautiful, but just hanging there and moving its head from side to side, looking at me. And I was like, oh, I better not get too close to that thing, because it had quite the beak, and I knew it would hurt you if you got close to it, so I stayed back.
Yeah, that thing, a bald eagle, got stuck in the grill of the woman's pickup truck. Wildlife officials safely removed the eagle's talons from the grill, checked to make sure it wasn't hurt, and released it back into the wild. Wow.
I would have stayed back. Those
For
things,
sure.
Those things are dangerous.
And then it was just looking.
Yeah, it was ready. It's like, come at me.
I'm surprised it didn't die, though.
Yeah, no, very fortunate that wildlife was able to step in there and help them out there.
Dangerous because they peck at you?
Oh, yeah, all that stuff in their talons. You know, he had those tied up apparently in the grill there. But yeah, they are apex predators.
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't mess with a bald eagle.
Okay. From movie releases, award shows to celebrity gossip, it can be hard to keep up with what's trending, right?
That's right. So for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Olivia Rubin.
You twins? Nah, we cousins.
The Vampires of Sinners are returning to the big screen. Warner Brothers has announced the R-rated box office smash will play on IMAX screens just in time for Halloween, starting on October 30th and running for a week. Can you handle this? I don't know. Mariah Carey has been named 2026's Music Cares Person of the Year. A tribute concert and benefit gala to honor Carey will take place in Los Angeles at the end of January, just 2 days before the Grammys. A list of performers has yet to be announced. And fresh off his induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame earlier this week, Kenny Chesney has announced some new performances at the Las Vegas Sphere. The country singer will play 5 shows starting June 19th of next year. As fans count down to the 5th and final season of Stranger Things, the show's creators are tamping down on speculation around the character of Eddie Munson. The Duffer Brothers tell Empire magazine Eddie, played by Joseph Quinn, won't be coming back from the dead, saying he's fully under that ground.
Let's go get these guys.
In case you can't get enough of K-pop demon hunters, Netflix has announced it's partnering up with Mattel and Hasbro to roll out a line of toys based on the popular animated musical. They hit shelves next spring. And happy birthday to Christopher Lloyd. In film, he played eccentric scientist Doc Brown in Back to the Future movies. And in TV, he was often the spaced-out Reverend Jim on Taxi. Lloyd turns 87 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, New York.
Taking a live look at Port Arthur from our Roofing 911 Skycam network, it's 7:22. Jeff Gerber will be back with your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. and the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
At the bus stop this morning, nice and mild, if not cool. Temperatures actually dropping back down into the lower 60s and upper 50s. Very nice at recess, 74, and mostly sunny and 81 on the way home. Along the coast, northeasterly winds at 15 to 20 knots, seas around 2 to 4 feet today. Small craft use a little caution, especially this morning. A little choppy out there. High tide at 5:40 for later on this afternoon or this evening. Our sunrise was just a few minutes ago at 7:23. Our sunset's at 6:38. You notice right now at Texas Point, we're seeing those northeasterly winds behind that front last night into the teens. And right now, water temperature is about 82.
Still ahead on Daybreak, a battle over your bills. The debate heating up at Beaumont City Hall over how long you should have to pay before a late fee kicks in.
Plus, a familiar face is back in Sour Lake, stepping in as the new city manager. 12 News reporter Derek Jones reveals who it is and what's ahead for the city.
Plus, a semi-pro baseball team coming to Beaumont, how Lamar University helped to bring this league here, and when the Beaumont Oil Barons are going to take the mound.
And your time, 7:26. We're looking at Port Arthur right now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. We'll have more news and weather in just a few minutes.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
And I'm Tia Johnson. The time now 7:30. Let's take a look at some of your top stories this morning.
Nah, I'm making entry.
Well, 2 Nederland officers being recognized for their bravery. This is the body camera footage of the moments that Sergeant Chase Romero and Officer Brent Halfin ran into a burning home on South Killarney in Beauart Gardens. Now, that fire started around 5 a.m. on Sunday. One woman, she was still inside, and they weren't able to get her out due to the heavy flames and smoke. The chief, though, nominating both of these officers for the Nederland Valor Award.
The next time you get summoned for jury duty, the form will look different. The new Jefferson County summons has a larger print to make it easier to read. It also has a QR code so you can register on your phone. Jefferson County District Clerk Jamie Smith says this new format will also save taxpayers about 40%.
And police continue to investigate that shooting that happened earlier this week in Port Arthur. Authorities, they were called around 7:30 Monday night to the 3800 block of 15th Street. Officers, they later found a victim a block away on Gulfway Drive. They said that man was sent to the hospital. They are asking anyone with information on this shooting to please contact them.
All right, let's take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Looking at the clouds there in orange. Jeff, does that mean we can expect rain today?
No rain today. We had a little bit yesterday, and that front is now pushed out into the Gulf, so the rain is going to stay out into the Gulf for today. We are looking at some chilly temperatures up towards Jasper behind that front. 48 degrees right now. 57 in Woodville, 53 in Kirbyville. Beaumont's back up to 60 after dipping down into the 50s for a little bit this morning. 62 in Orange, and then 64 in Port Arthur. As we take a look over towards Packer the Prairie in downtown Beaumont, still seeing a few clouds lingering behind the front, but for the most part, those will start to break up a little bit more as we head towards this afternoon. Currently on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network from Packer the Prairie, currently showing 64. Winds out of the east and humidity around 75%. Our day planner takes us up to around 80 today, 80, 81, with mostly sunny skies by mid to late in the afternoon. We'll see a little bit of an east wind throughout the day between about 5 and 10. Expecting to see some heavy rain on Saturday. We have a weather impact alert for Saturday. We'll talk about that coming up in weather.
All right, Jeff, well, we are tracking that heated discussion that happened at Beaumont City Council last night, all because of the water bills. The city is going to be easing the burden now by offering people a 10-day grace period to pay if they're late. And previously, late fees, they were added the day after the due date.
Now, Tuesday's decision came after plenty of back and forth. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato spoke with council members who questioned how long the grace period should be.
I just don't understand why the city needs to have such confusing water bills. We keep having these problems over and over and over.
Tensions running high over the city's water billing policy. One resident has come to multiple council meetings after being charged a $10 late fee.
The other day, I received a water bill with a $10 late charge. I know I've expressed to you before that I pay the same water bill one day after the due date.
The complaint comes as Councilman Corey Crenshaw has requested for a 21-day grace period, which was seconded by Councilman Williams. The decision didn't come easily. Crenshaw pressed Assistant City Manager June Ellis for answers.
Are you justifying not going to 21 days because the city would run out of money and not being able to collect that late fee and that 11-day difference?
No, I'm not justifying that.
What was it? Then what did you mean when you said that the city would not have the resources to do that?
I said potentially it could cause a cash flow issue. Potentially, but
that's just remarkable to me. Don't we have $40 million in the bank? I mean, how much are we generating on late fees a month?
The city announced they will hold a workshop to air the issues out. Ellis says he hopes the workshop will point the council and water department in a better direction.
We want to improve the operations of the department. We want to improve some processes. We want to update council on things like, our outdated software system. So we want to make council comfortable as well as the citizens about the services our water customer service department provides.
That was Spencer Plato reporting. The new policy takes effect immediately, and it will apply to bills starting today.
And the Beaumont City Council members also agreed to move forward with renovations to 8 railroad crossings. They are paying a contractor more than $400,000 to make these upgrades so that these crossings can be once again designated as quiet zones. Now, the Federal Railroad Administration, they said that the existing medians no longer meet their standards. So the project includes both sides of Keith Road, Todd Street, Major Drive, Wooten Road, and Langham Road. City Manager Kenneth Williams said that they are working on estimating the cost for more quiet zones. And a familiar face is taking over as city manager in Sour Lake. Bo Hansen, he left Beaumont, where he served as a deputy building official, to move back home.
Hansen is a young public servant who started his career in private industry. Our 12 News reporter Derek Jones is live at City Council building in Sour Lake. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Mark, it's Tia. Hansen says that when he learned of the opportunity back in September, that he had to take a chance. Being one of 15 applicants, he was chosen as top 3 to take over as the next city manager. After the interview process, council knew Hansen was the one. Since October 1st, Hansen has been hard at work training with former city manager Zeke Provost. He took his spot in city council for the first time last night. Hansen says he's excited to be back in a place that he loves.
I'm from Sour Lake. I love Sour Lake. And so when this position came available, I put my name in the hat, and now getting to have the title of city manager and just have a little bit more investment into what's going on out here, I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Tuesday, city council members also elected Michael Hendricks as the city's mayor. He was serving as mayor pro tem. This comes after the longtime mayor announced his retirement earlier this month. Councilman Kevin Cood will be taking over as mayor pro tem, and Brittany Stutz has been appointed to take over the rest of Hendricks' term. In Sour Lake, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek, and later today, TxDOT street teams are going to be hitting the streets of Beaumont as part of a statewide push to keep pedestrians safe. Now, according to TxDOT, October is the deadliest month of the year for pedestrians, and today they're using some creative outreach to get the message across. There's going to be teams of walking billboards that are going to be out starting at 9 a.m. this morning until 1 p.m. That's going to be along Washington Boulevard, and then again from 2:30 to 6:30 this evening along College Street. They're going to be displaying reminders for drivers and pedestrians to stay alert, follow traffic laws, and watch out for one another.
A new semi-pro baseball team is taking shape in the 409. We first told you about the story yesterday on Daybreak. The Beaumont Oil Barons will play home games at Lamar University's Vincent Beck Stadium. The team lets independent athletes play alongside college players, staying sharp in the offseason. Some hope it's a step toward the pros. Now, the new team is an extension of the Mid-America League that was launched back in 2024.
Yeah, the Oil Barons are going to face teams from Abilene, Texarkana, and Joplin, Missouri. And 12 News reporter Ebony Coleman, she spoke with the team's manager and several Lamar baseball players about what this means for local athletes.
We couldn't be more excited to bring summer baseball back to the community.
The Southeast Texas community and Lamar University are ready to welcome a new semi-pro baseball team called the Beaumont Oil Barons.
This is a larger market, so we're kind of dipping our toe into the larger market scene here in Beaumont.
Mike Merrick, general manager, says the team will have 26 members and is an extension of the Mid-America League.
We will have professional players playing alongside our collegiate players. We're going to run this baseball team like a minor league operation.
The team will be playing right here at Vincent Beck Baseball Stadium. Lamar baseball head coach Will Davis says summer leagues like this help his players during the off-season.
Our sport is one that you need to play to get better.
He says the university is allowed to have 4 players join the league, which could be a huge benefit in the long run.
These leagues do get scouted by the pro scouts, and then it's also very similar to pro ball in the sense that you're playing almost every day.
Nick Weisenborn, commissioner for Mid-America League, says he's excited to continue being a part of Beaumont's rich baseball history.
I think Beaumont has a great tradition of baseball with the Golden Gators, so we want to come in and be the baseball team for you guys in the summer and have the opportunity for really family-friendly entertainment.
In Beaumont, Ebony Coleman, 12 News.
And the Beaumont Oil Barons general manager says that trials are going to happen next spring and the season is expected to kick off in May.
Happening today, the Beaumont Rotary Club will honor 3 Southeast Texas first responders for their outstanding performance in the line of duty. The Fire EMS Appreciation Luncheon starts at noon at the Elegante Hotel. Officials say paramedic Tiffany Woodland and firefighter Bradley Phillips helped save a woman's life back in April after she went into cardiac arrest at a hardware store. Also being recognized is Captain Joseph Abercrombie. He jumped into action during a structure fire that turned into an armed confrontation last June. Experts say simple lifestyle changes can decrease your risk of cancer. Ahead here on 12 News Plus, the advice from doctors that you can act on today. Plus, a new documentary explores the history of the Melody Maids, how the traveling teens lifted spirits across the country, and the Beaumont woman who started the group.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers.
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. Experts say breast cancer rates are on the rise. Fortunately, there have been major advancements in treatment in recent years that are decreasing mortality. Research shows there are steps you can take that may lower that risk or help those who are already battling cancer. ABC's Olivia Rubin has more as we raise awareness this month.
Do you know your breast cancer risk? While most risk factors are out of our control, like age, gender, and family history, the American Cancer Society estimates that as many as 50 to 70% of breast cancers can be prevented when people adopt risk-reducing behaviors and lifestyle changes. There's no sure way to prevent breast cancer, but the ACS says research shows taking steps like exercising regularly, maintaining a healthy weight, and limiting alcohol may lower your risk or even improve prognosis for those living with breast cancer.
I remember a physician telling me, weight is not your friend.
Breast cancer survivor and dean of the nursing school at Columbia University, Lorraine Frazier, says she was surprised and frightened when she received her diagnosis in 2022 after years of negative mammograms.
I had a double mastectomy, chemotherapy, radiation.
Along with those standard treatments, Dean Frazier says she turned her breast cancer diagnosis into the start of her wellness journey. She decided to prioritize physical activity and healthy eating.
I walked actually 5 miles every day. and I changed the way I ate. Today, I'm stronger than I've ever been. I walk, I work out in my office. I have weights, I lift those.
She stopped drinking alcohol.
Now it's popular not to drink. You know, if people are having a glass of wine, a lot of times if I don't, they say, I don't want one either. I will just have sparkling water for me. So I think, I don't think these are difficult times to be healthy.
And she focused on a work-life balance.
I really pay attention to stress. I didn't before. I actually didn't put myself first. I put other things first. We're women. That's what women do. You put everybody else first.
Even after completing her cancer treatment, Dean Frazier continues those healthy habits, and along with lowering her risk of recurrence, her active lifestyle is making her happy.
I love my life today. If you were to tell me to go back the way I was living before, I would not do it.
Medical experts say it's important to know your individual risk of breast cancer and listen to your doctor. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, New York.
.45 now on this Wednesday morning, and up in the lakes here, the skies have cleared out, and you can see plenty of sunshine coming up over the horizon there in Jasper. This camera brought to you by Provalis, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam Network. Jasper is chilly, 48 degrees right now, 57 in Woodville, 53 in Kirbyville. Then we're in the 60s here around the Triangle, 61 for both Orange and Beaumont, and then 64 in Port Arthur. As we check that front that went through yesterday, it's now just out into the Gulf. We have some rain still associated with it, but it's moving south along with that front. So we're looking at some clearing skies for today, and temperatures going to be a little bit cooler. Instead of the lower 90s like we were yesterday, we had a record out at the airport. Today will be lower 80s here in southeast Texas. So we get those clouds to clear out a little bit from the coast, and then we'll see those temperatures rise up to about 80 this afternoon. We'll fall back through the 70s and 60s this evening, and then tomorrow morning it's going to be a little bit chilly out there. We'll be seeing temperatures into the 50s to start off on your Thursday morning. Out in the tropics, we still have Tropical Storm Melissa out in the Caribbean. It's going to slowly drift towards the north and west. Right now only moving at 2 miles an hour. They expect it to be fairly close to Jamaica by the weekend as Category 1 hurricane. Won't worry about it here in the Gulf. It's not coming in our direction, but if you have maybe a cruise or something down towards Jamaica this weekend or maybe early next week, something to keep an eye on and maybe keep track of. Our forecast for today, mostly sunny. We'll go with an east wind at 5 to 10, temperatures around 80, and then tonight a lot of 50s out there, middle to upper 50s with partly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast shows dry weather through most of the next 7 days. It's Saturday that we're worried about. We do have a weather impact alert for Saturday where we could pick up some heavy rainfall. Let's take a look at what we're looking at here. Periods of rain, heavy at times. Late Friday, we're talking late Friday and going through most of Saturday, maybe a few showers early Saturday. 1 to 2 inches likely, maybe 3 inches of rain in total in some areas. Might want to have that 12 News app up and going with looking at the radar. But yeah, Saturday is the day that outdoor plans don't look good. It looks like we'll have off and on rains throughout the day. But today, Thursday, Friday look pretty good. And then as we get in towards next week, Monday and Tuesday, those days are also looking good as far as dry weather and a little bit more comfortable temperatures there into the lower 80s.
You know, it looks like they're I'm going to call it here for the hurricane season, but I still think that we're not going to get anything in the Gulf at this point.
I don't think so either. I think this one last storm that we have down there in the Caribbean is nothing for us to worry about, and it's just getting too late in the season. The waters are starting to cool off. Days are getting shorter. I don't really see anything flaring up into the Gulf, but you know, you never know. There's been isolated cases where we have late October, early November storms. So.
I remember one year, I can't remember if it was 2005 even, or maybe it was after that, where, yeah, even up to December, there was something still out there. So it could happen. Never say never.
Yep, that's true.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
You bet.
And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. Well, this might surprise you, but at one time, a group of teenage girls from Texas, Beaumont specifically, they went into war zones to sing for U.S. troops.
Now there's a documentary being made to tell their story. As reporter Bob Buckaloo explains, the group put Beaumont on the map.
They were America's singing sweethearts, the Melody Maids, a group of talented teenage girls from Beaumont, Texas, who lifted spirits across the globe during World War II and beyond. The Melody Maids were founded in 1942 by Beaumont music teacher Eloise Milam. What began as a small group of high school singers quickly grew into an international phenomenon. Over the next 3 decades until 1972, more than 1,500 young women became Melody Maids, traveling to over 20 countries to entertain U.S. troops and communities abroad. Now their story is being told in a new documentary, The Melody Maids Movie. The film features never-before-seen footage, letters home, and interviews with surviving members, preserving a legacy that stretched around the globe.
They did it from their heart, expecting nothing in return, and they were teenage girls.
From Europe to the Pacific, they performed thousands of shows, often in makeshift stages and military camps, bringing a bit of home to those far from it.
I'm fascinated by the way this all went down, that Eloise Milam could oftentimes take these trips to military bases around the world without a chaperone, just by herself, with upwards of 26 girls.
They knew what the military had sacrificed for us, all of us, our country. They loved their country. And to me, that legacy is almost the most important thing.
The documentary will premiere at the Round Top Film Festival in November. Because there were no sound recordings of the Melody Maids singing, the filmmakers recruited girls' choirs from Austin's McCallum and Westlake high schools to record the soundtrack for the film. It's a heartwarming look at how a group of Beaumont teens use their voices to make history and harmony around the world.
The more you know. All right, when Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush hour.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan, kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak, 7:54 right now. Time for your morning rush out.
Here's everything you need to know as you start your day.
9, I'm making entry.
Two Nederland officers being recognized for their bravery here. This is their body cam footage of the moments that Sergeant Chase Romero and Officer Brant Halfin ran into a burning home on South Killarney Street in Beauart Gardens. Now, the fire that started about 5 a.m. on Sunday morning. One woman, she was still inside. She was not able to get out due to those heavy flames and smoke, but two others, they were able to make it out. The chief now has nominated both these officers for the Nederland Valor Award.
The next time you get summoned for jury duty, the form will look different. The new Jefferson County summons has a larger print to make it easier to read. It also has a QR code so you can register on your phone. Jefferson County District Clerk Jamie Smith says this new format will also save taxpayers about 40%.
Police, they continue to investigate that shooting that happened in Port Arthur earlier this week. Now, authorities, they were called around 7:30 Monday night to the 3800 block of 15th Street. Officers, they later found the victim nearby on Gulfway Drive. Investigators say that man was taken to the local hospital. His condition unknown at this moment. And police ask you, if you know anything about this shooting, to contact them.
Looks like a really nice day today. That front is now into the Gulf, and behind it we'll see cooler temperatures. We'll be in the lower 80s for today. A little cool out there this morning, some 50s out there towards the lakes. Thursday, Friday look okay, and then Saturday we have a weather impact alert as we're expecting to see maybe 2-3 inches of rain on Saturday off and on throughout the day. So be aware that Saturday you might want to take those outdoor plants indoors. Not a lot of time for some outdoor activities with some of that scattered rain throughout the day on Saturday. Sunday will dry it out a little bit. Monday and Tuesday look dry with highs in the lower 80s.
All right, Jeff, and we're talking all week about the Mid-County Madness. It's not only one of the most storied rivalries in Southeast Texas high school football or even the state. We're talking about best in the nation here.
Yeah, P&G and Nederland have been going toe-to-toe since 1925. This annual showdown brings together generations of fans, creating a community-wide event unlike any other. Last season, Nederland shocked P&G 24-21 at the reservation. This year, the Indians come in at a perfect 7-0 and ranked third in the state, while the Bulldogs are 16-point underdogs after losing 3 in a row. On Friday, we'll have live reports at 5 and 6. Plus, be sure to join us on the 409 Sports Blitz at 10:20 for highlights and post-game reaction.
Also, don't forget about the band of the week. Here, is it going to be the Indians or the Bulldogs? You decide. Go to 12newsnow.com/band, and we're going to announce the winner on Friday. And thanks so much for joining us this morning.
We'll see you guys back here at 11 a.m.
Have a great day.